Very good evening, everybody. This is Gulf Harbour Radio. Actually, I'm chuckling. A very good evening, not weather-wise. Patricia and David, anyway, ZMH 286 here at Gulf Harbour Radio, and it is a miserable day here, and it is continuing to be so, but things are moving through rather rapidly, so that is good. Boy, the old barometer is 1012.6 and absolutely plunging. Boy, it's dropped an awful lot from yesterday and from the day before. It's hard to believe that only 2 days ago at this time it was 10:30, and now it is 1012. Rain, of course. We've got about 10 knots of northeasterly wind at the moment, and it's still quite warm, 21 degrees. You would think that you'd put the fire on and be cozy at these conditions, but no, it's just too warm to do that. Well, quick bit of news. Of course, you've all heard that we have a new Pope, Leo XIV, a Chicago-born man, believe it or not. He spent a lot of time in Peru, so he speaks Spanish. I presume he speaks Latin. He speaks American. He speaks English. Wow.
That's offensive.
Oh, I'm sorry, David. But I do know what the difference is between American and English because we often sometimes get confused trying to talk to each other. Anyway, all quite positive news from there at the moment. The only thing, I haven't got anybody on air on Passage at the moment. I've been in contact with quite a few of you who are going at some stage over the weekend, tomorrow, Sunday, Monday. There's quite a gathering. I think most of you rally folk are going Monday. Just a little job for you to do though, whilst it's miserable weather and you can't do much outside. Just a safety issue. Make sure that there are 2 people on the boat know how to contact people in case of an emergency. Now I'll cover the radio part here, but there'll be various ways that you have got to make contact with, say, the RCC. Certainly, if you've got a radio, you can contact them on any of the emergency frequencies via Maritime Radio, 4125 6215 8291 and 12290. You probably won't use, but the first 3 are important for whoever's in charge and someone else, because don't forget that the captain presumably might be a one-arm paper hanger if something's going wrong, and somebody else on board needs to know how to do the communications. So make sure there are 2 of you on board that can dial up quite quickly the emergency frequencies, know how to switch to the working frequency, but don't panic if you can't do that. Maritime Radio will talk to you on the emergency frequency. Also make sure that if you've got an Iridium phone for that usage, know how to turn it on, make contact with the RCC, make sure that the telephone number for the RCC is programmed, which is 0064 4577 8030. And if you've got email, then you could send an email to the RCC, which is rccnz1@maritimενz.gov.nz. Now, I've said that all very fast. It's all on a one-sheet page on our website under Radio and Comms. It's called, let me just see what it's called. It's called Maritime Radio and Weather Contacts, and it's a one-page summary of all your radio and fax frequencies, not that we've got fax anymore in New Zealand, and timetables as well as customs contacts and so on and so forth. So make sure you do know how to react, communicate in an emergency. We hope it doesn't happen, but you just never know what can happen out there, as we found out last year. Okay, the program for tonight, David, of course, is going to give a few words on what he's looking at weather-wise for the people going to New Caledonia. I was going to say Vanuatu, but I haven't heard of anyone going direct to Vanuatu. We did that, 3 times? Fiji and Tonga. And then we'll take calls if anyone is working out how to use their radio.
All right. Oh, good evening to everyone tonight on this wet, dreary, just like Patricia described. It's pretty rotten. Just taking a look at the synoptic picture from the tropics to New Zealand. what a mess. The short trough lies over the Solomons. Then I see a depression over Vanuatu with 3 troughs, all active. One extends north from 17 south all the way up to 5 south and about 170 east. Another one covers Rotuma, Tuvalu, and onward from there. A third one affects Fiji. Then it goes on to Wallis and Rotuma, and then Samoa and on to the northern Cook. That's a big one. And even a broken fourth from Fiji to Tonga. So closer to home, a trough from New Zealand to New Caledonia is observed, and a stationary front from New Zealand to roughly Norfolk and then arcs to Brisbane. So anyway, tomorrow for the Bay of Islands, the front and trough eases to the east, leaving cloudy periods with winds southwest 20 gusting 30. Then in the evening, southerly 20 and also gusting 30, with a northeast swell about 3 meters. Not very nice at all. Sunday, southerly 20 and then shifting easterly 15 knots in the evening, and the swell easing to about 2 meters. And on Monday, when the bulk of you, I think, are leaving, southeast 15, cloudy, easterly about 2 meters. So not bad for departure. Figure 3 days to 30 south, where it could be northeast winds about 10 to 15 knots. This is lunch on the 15th I'm talking about, and about the same for Friday, the 16th. So after this, all 4 models I'm looking at differ. EC, however, picks a strong high in the mid-Tasman, tight isobars, and they'll provide fresh southerlies from the 18th Sunday onward. GFS, well, GFS shows the opposite, northerly winds. The Germans and Australians show nice easterlies. So, well, what you can do is pick the one that gives you the best weather. That's a good idea. That's a joke, of course, but you can see how modeling is just plain struggling. Well, if you're in Minerva, the winds continue to be fresh to strong through Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Tuesday may be a chance for Fiji when it could be relatively bearable, which is our opinion only. Now, Tonga Met has got gale warnings for Minerva, and for Tonga Tapu, they've got light rain southeast 20 to 40 knots. The Hapai is southeast 20 to 40 knots, light rain. And Vavau, light rain southeast 20 to 40 knots, broken record here. And heavy rain for Niafu, and southeast, guess what, 20 to 40 knots. And if anybody's up in New Potatoes, Nui Tupatepu, southeast 20 to 40, heavy rain. So, yeah, it's not too nice out there at the moment. So we'll see how things change by tomorrow. And with that, here's the chief.
Well, I always got a bit seasick in the first couple of days anyway, so it doesn't really matter that it's a bit swelly. So, did you handle New Caledonia? I didn't hear New Caledonia in that. Anyway, we just had confirmation that Rusla, they're off on Sunday, so they'll get ahead of the mob, as it were. And just whilst I'm talking, we got a call today from a boat that's just decided to check on their radio. If anyone is at Marsden Cove Marina and knows Mystic Traveller, they have an 802, ICOM 802, which they seem to have not got control of at this stage. If anyone has got nothing to do tomorrow, it would be really good if you could pass by Mystic traveller, and give Peter a hand to get his radio under control. Okay, is there anybody out there wanting to make contact? Please call now. Oh, nothing heard. I was hoping to somebody in Savu might be there to tell us what it is like to have a lovely dry day. Is it dry up in? Oh, maybe it isn't. maybe you won't be able to tell us what the weather is like. But at least the rain is helping fill all the dams and things. Auckland area has had quite a drought this last summer, or certainly for the 3 months of summer. So all of this rain that we're having is doing a jolly good thing. So we probably shouldn't complain about it, but it would be nice to have it.
Well, I can tell you,
Fiji is not looking good.
Heavy rain,
Heavy rain. Oh well, Max and Ellie won't be at the swimming pool then. Final call. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
a lot of wind blowing too. Well, at least we haven't got the wind here. Final call from Gold Harbour Radio before we shut her down. No, I thought there might have been a radio check in there, but not heard. All right, folks, we'll leave you to get your day. At least this is moving through quickly. You'll be able to have a reasonably dry day tomorrow by the look of it, to get everything done, topped up food-wise, get everybody trained up, make sure that you do know how to, if you've got a radio, make sure you and instruct people on how to get the emergency frequencies. And same if you're going to be relying on your Iridium phone or your email, look up how to, make sure you've got the phone numbers programmed, and make sure that everybody, or at least one other person other than the boss, knows how to do things. Okay, folks, that's all from here. Have a good trip, Ursula, and we'll talk to you guys when we get underway. Cheers all.